I just timed the walk. It was under 2 minutes from my godparents' house, I think, to Frankie Howard's house. So I could have been Frankie Howard's neighbour. If fate had had any his hand in any wickedness, I'd have ended up as Frankie Howard's neighbour. Probably would have been a good thing, to be honest. But this is Frankie Howard's house. It looks like there's someone there with their car boot open. I don't have to ask them if I should be filming, or someone once went up, knocked on the door and they let him in and everything. So I think there's posters of Richard Burton and that in there. I think my mum was saying she went round for tea just after Frank Howard died, and they showed her the spot. I think his wig's buried in the garden or something. But I think people like Richard Burton and that used to be guests there. I've come here before and it was either a fire or mist, and there was all smoke over the Mendip Hills. It looked amazing, or mist, one of the two. So yeah, I was in Earl's Court on Saturday, and I think Frankie Howard had a London house as well, which I would prefer living there. Shall I ask him if I can go in the house, or do you reckon he might get a bit funny? Let's get a closer peekaboo anyway, and hopefully I'll head to his grave in a second. Yeah, I think Frankie Howard upset a few people on the local town council or something. We've all got our funny ways, mind, haven't we? And I think my godmother came to the fence when he first came here, and he was obviously in the garden with like someone else doing the gardening, and Frankie apparently sent the gardener over to say, and to say he wasn't in when he obviously was. I'll tell you another funny story in a second. I think it's called Wavering Down in Cross in Somerset. So I think Cilla Black, I think, would have been there as well. He was brilliant though, Frankie Howard, wasn't he? I think he used to answer all his letters as well. He used to get some critical letters, which I'm starting to get on YouTube now, and it's quite upsetting. But I used to, the 1% who give you spit venom at you, it destroys the 99% of all good stuff you get, But talking of the garden, I'll show you the garden now. I'll tell you a funny story. I was in the White Hart in Bristol chatting to one of his old gardeners who did some work for him, and this gardener was after his blood, even though Frankie was dead. Apparently they started, you know what gardeners are like, or workmen, they started criticising this gardener's work, and he was after Frankie's blood, I'm telling you. And it's quite a funny story about this gardener. He's already paid for his funeral. Apparently you can have it done. Apparently he's been buried upside down, legs apart, in woodland with a tree planted in his rear. Like something out of a Carry On film, innit? So I think Frankie would have probably peered through those windows with the beautiful view of the Mendips. God, it needs a bit of gardening now, doesn't it? My God. Do you reckon he would have tended any tomatoes in the greenhouse? Oh, Francis. Have you got green fingers, my boy? Up Pompeii, up Pompeii. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la. Oh, up Pompeii. Salute, naughty. Talking of naughty, I think there's Y fronts on the drying line. Talk about carry on up the jungle, eh? It's like a jungle in there. Where's my jungle hat and gun? They'll be chasing me with a gun in a second if they knew I was filming their house. Ooh, up Pompeii, up Pompeii. Pompeii, tra la 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 la. Oh, up Pompeii, Pompeii, salute, naughty naughty.